Should you incorporate? Should you set up as an LLC or as a corporation or something like that? Or is it too early or not the right thing to do? Let's get into this discussion. So let's put it this way. When you're first starting out as a freelance translator, you might think like forming an LLC or incorporating or stuff like that is a bit too much. But then you're going to have other people telling you, oh no, you need to do it for this or that purpose. It can be very different in every different country, but also very often in different regions and different states within the country. But by and large, there are two main reasons why you might want to incorporate. The first one is liability. And the second one is tax. So let's talk about the first one, liability. Liability means that if something bad happens or if someone sues you or decides to take you to court for whatever reason or something along those lines, they cannot go after your personal assets. Because if you're incorporated, they can only go after your corporate assets, and so they can't go after your bedroom and your furniture and all that stuff. Having said that, it's not that simple. There are often things already in place even when you don't incorporate, so you don't need to worry about it that much. Also, in other places, you need to do something separate. Like I know in Switzerland, when you register a business, you register with the Registro di Commercio, it's called. But for the stuff for liability, you want to get something else called a responsabilità civile. The important thing is to look up what you need to do in terms of liability, if you're covered, if you're not, and if there's something you're worried about. Because I know people who have consciously not incorporated, and so what they do is, when they deal with a client, they make sure that they're indemnified in the contract. And they have a clause in the contract that makes sure they're indemnified for anything going wrong. As a translator, if you're a freelance translator, this might be a bit difficult just by nature, just by virtue of the fact that you work with many different agencies, many different end clients who might not all accept your custom-made contract. Now, in terms of incorporating, by the way, different countries have different laws as well. And so for many places, it's quite easy. Switzerland, it was pretty easy, and you can incorporate, and then later you can kind of dissolve the company all online, and it's not too difficult. In most places in the States, it's the same thing, but I know many other places, like Italy, it's not that easy. I don't think you can do it all online. This might change region to region, but I know in some places it's very difficult also once you've set up the company to actually dissolve it. And in fact, I have a friend who had a company years ago and still has to pay yearly taxes on it because it's prohibitively expensive to just dissolve it. Which brings me to the second reason, which is tax purposes. And here as well, the main thing is I would try to inform myself how the laws are for you. Do you get taxed differently whether you are a sole proprietor or whether you're working for yourself and don't do any paperwork, or you're an LLC? Usually, by the way, these days, if you're a sole proprietor, like you can still have write-offs and stuff like that, even if you didn't incorporate as an LLC. So it should be okay. But I say this with a huge grain of salt because I don't know where you live and I don't know what the laws are like in wherever you are. And I know all of this sounds very ambiguous, but I do have a conclusion to all of this. Mainly inform yourself. Usually there'll be a government website, or if you have a friend who's a lawyer or something like that, definitely talk to them and see if you can figure out the laws. The second thing you can do is talk to other people in your same shoes, because they'll usually know the laws and they'll know also, how to handle them. So if you find other freelancers, other entrepreneurs, other people who've had to go through the same thing in your same area, talk to them and see what they did, because this will give you a good idea as well. And those are the two main things I recommend doing no matter where you are in the world. If you have any insight into your specific region, feel free to let me know. Just keep it in mind for taxes, liabilities, and when you talk to people, talk to someone official, whether it be a government entity or a lawyer, and also other people in your same shoes, other entrepreneurs, freelancers. And this should give you a good idea no matter where you are. But otherwise, I'll talk to you next time. Okay, thanks. Bye. Savidum.